Let's hang out with the Bosa family a little bit. Cheryl Bosa joins us here on Willard and Dibs. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing great. Cheryl joining us on the Boxer and Gerson guest line, and would love to hear about this particular experience of the 17-point deficit, the whole family in the building watching it all. Take us through it, Cheryl. What was it like?
Please, I don't think I've recovered yet. I got to be honest with you. I mean, I definitely aged. I have to go get my hair colored because it turned me gray. And, yeah, it was too much. I mean, I really would like a blowout one of these games.
Yeah, I think we all would, although Mark and I have had this conversation, and I guess from my standpoint, not having a son on the team, I like the thrill of the nail-biter and the comeback, but what was it like for you, Cheryl, and all the Bosas at halftime, down 24-7, with the feelings, a mixed feeling, I would imagine, of dread and maybe hope?
You know, if I'm being 100% honest, I kind of thought it was over. I really did. And it was really funny. We sort of moved, we have a box, and we sort of moved around the box and changed positions because we were sort of like chatting with each other and whatever. And then the second half started, and we were all kind of in these different positions. And then we came out like gangbusters, and nobody was allowed to move from the positions they were in. So that was it. We had to freeze frame wherever we were for the second half.
You got to go with what works. We've been talking to fans all week about energy changers, like what they do at halftime. I wonder, though, can you share, Nick was asked the same thing, and he sort of said he was on his back, screaming out random stuff. What has he shared with you about what he was going through emotionally at that time?
He didn't. That's the first I heard of that. So I didn't know that. He said he was in the locker room?
Yeah, he said he was in the locker. Do we have the sound, actually? We don't. Yeah, he said he was, on his back and sort of, yelling out random stuff. And then Jennifer Lee Chan asked him what was that stuff. And he goes, well, it actually wasn't that random. And he just started saying, I was yelling at guys to, take away the first read and then we'll get home. But he said he was just lying on his back, kind of, I don't know, trying to process what the hell was going on.
Oh, that's really funny because I did hear that he talked to the team, but I didn't realize it was freaking out laying on his back. So whatever it takes, okay? Literally, whatever it takes.
Yeah. And what do you make of his individual journey through these playoffs? And I know you've heard the slander and fans saying Nick hasn't done enough, and Nick's been too quiet, and the D-line hasn't made enough of an impact. And to see him go out there and get 2 sacks in that game, it had to make you feel an extra amount of pride knowing what he's been through individually.
Well, I mean, obviously he had a game the other night. He played really good in the first half too. He was one of the few people that really went out and kind of went crazy. And then everybody came back and went crazy, obviously. What I will say about that is you guys know football well enough to know that the stats aren't always what the real picture is.
Yep.
So what Nick has been doing this year is at the same caliber as it was last year. It's just maybe he doesn't have as many sacks. So I'm very, very proud of my son.
That's interesting, Cheryl. How does Nick feel about his year and how he's played? Because you know that the contract puts extra eyeballs on this.
Yeah, and people love stats, and that's what that's what people fans look at. They don't look at, how many pressures he's gotten. They just want to know how many sacks he's gotten. So, how does he feel? Nick, people love stats. They like to please the crowd, and, they want, obviously, their fans and, their teammates to, appreciate their play. They're a team. So, yeah. Would he like more sacks? Of course. Would he like to not get double teamed every single time he's out there? Sure. That'd be nice too. So,
Yeah,
it's what it is.
I'm sure he would like to not be held in the Super Bowl, and we can get to that here in a matter of days. But you're watching the game, and you see Gibson force the fumble and Armstead fall on it. Was it at that moment where you and the various Bosas kind of had that same feeling that we all did, like maybe this game's going to turn around and maybe the Niners are going to get it done?
I know. It's like the things that really stick out in my head are like Brock's 3 runs, his 3 rushing runs. I mean, those were like such huge, like energy game changers. And then the 2 fourth down holds, like those 2 were, this is crazy, So, yeah, I mean, it was nuts. That game was crazy.
Cheryl Bosa with us on Willard and Dibs. Cheryl, I got to ask you this. Does Joey get jealous this time of year?
No, he doesn't get jealous. He's very excited. He has a lot of fun. And, obviously, I'm very hopeful that with his new coaching situation that, maybe someday the 2 of them will be playing against each other in this game.
Yeah, by the way, a thought or 2 on that. Jim Harbaugh, huh? That's something. What's he think?
Well, obviously, me personally, my knee-jerk reaction was, you got to be kidding me because I'm a Buckeye. So,
Oh, boy.
So I was like, no, come on, not Harbaugh, anything but Harbaugh. But literally like 5 minutes later, I was like, this is a good thing. He's a really good coach. So we're all really happy. And Joey's really, really excited.
And that's the key. And I do think that the Chargers are going to be a much more buttoned up professional organization. But staying in the sphere of coaches, when you see Kyle Shanahan, who's obviously more of an offensive-minded coach with the laminated play sheet, how impressed are you by what Kyle's been able to do, not only with the offense, but with this team in totality to get them back to the Super Bowl yet again?
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is, especially in the last couple of games, when it sort of looked in the first half of both of the last 2 games like, wow, this might be over, that he has the wherewithal to talk with his team and get them to come out of, for the second half and just take the game. I mean, that's huge. That's huge with our, young quarterback. And obviously we've got ridiculous talent, but that's a lot,
Cheryl, have you seen the video? It's really engaging of Nick talking to Brock after the game the other night.
I didn't see it, no.
So Nick is basically saying to him at a certain point, first of all, he's just like, he's complimenting him. But then he asks him a question. He goes, did you think you were going to be this good? And Brock sort of does the aw shucks thing, like, this is all about us. And Nick goes, because I'm the second pick of the draft, and there are times where I've struggled with confidence. So how do you do it? So I thought that's an interesting window, though, for you to respond to it. Nick, A, what his thoughts are about Brock, but B, like, did he ever come to you when he was, quote, struggling with confidence?
Well, Nick, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and truthfully, you mentioned the contract year and everything. I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the guys. Everybody looks at it as, unbelievable. It's this great thing, but it sort of puts the scarlet letter on you, and it does. It messes with your head a little bit on, what everybody's expectations are of you. So. But Brock, oh my God. I mean, what a story. They have to make a movie about this kid someday. I swear. It's just incredible.
And we're wondering if it's an ESPN or it's probably a Lifetime movie at this point.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Maybe the Hallmark Channel.
His family, his parents, they're unbelievable people. And I'm so thrilled for them.
Yeah, it's almost too much to handle. Cheryl Bosa here on 95.7 The Game. Speaking of Nick, he's got the contract and he got the 2 sacks in the NFC Championship game. Have you talked to him at all about the rematch and a chance to get his hands on Patrick Mahomes again?
Well, it's my birthday today, so.
Oh, my gosh! Stop everything. everything.
Stop the blanket
Yeah.
show.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
Cheryl Bosa.
We were actually in my
Round
we
of
were
applause.
actually in Miami for my birthday 4 years ago for the Super
Right.
Bowl. So,
Do you know, like, I'm so honored. It's 6:30 where you are on your birthday
Yeah.
night, and you're talking to us.
listen, you guys. I am so exhausted. I'm saving all of my celebrating for next week in Las Vegas. I could put it off for a week. Trust me.
You're not even going to dinner tonight or anything?
I swear to God, I have had about a half a dozen invitations, and I'm like, I can't. I just can't. So. I'm still recuperating from flying back to Florida after the game.
You're getting ready to cook those omelets again tomorrow morning, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Well, happy
giant
birthday!
omelet.
Happy
That's
birthday,
amazing,
Cheryl. Yes.
Thank you. But yeah, Nikki, of course, he called me today, and we were talking, and it was really cute because he never talks like this, but he kept saying, when we win, I want to do this. And when we win, I want to do that. So it was really, like, I really was catching the way that he was wording it, you know? It wasn't like after the game or whatever happened.
Right.
It wasn't any of that. It was when we win. So that was pretty cool.
What were those things? When he wins, what does he want to do?
Oh, obviously, a lot of his friends are going to be out there. He's like best friends with Joe Burrow and Sam Hubbard and those guys. So he wants to see his boys. He doesn't get to have any fun. The weekend leading up to it. So he wants to hang out with his brother Joey and his friend Joe and Sam and Christian and George and the whole crew. So.
What about you, Cheryl? What's your Super Bowl week lead up? I know it's your birthday and you're shutting it down tonight, and you're gonna gear up for the Vegas trip, and I'd imagine you're gonna be out there early. But what is your personal itinerary leading up to the day where Nick and company actually win the game?
Oh, it's going to be fun. I've become really good friends with Michael Mina, the chef, over the years. So on Thursday night is the culinary kickoff there. So I'll be meeting Michael over there for the culinary kickoff. And then Joey gets in on Friday, and all our friends. So we've got, a big dinner planned for Friday. And then Saturday, we're going to be staying at the family hotel. So I just want to, hang out and see other family members and gamble a little and, just eat, drink, and be merry. So
What's your game, Cheryl?
blackjack.
Yeah,
it is.
Okay. Do you hit on a 12 when the dealer's showing 2?
Great question.
I do. I actually do.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer, Cheryl.
Aggressive.
I do.
Yeah, you don't get the 8 if you don't ask for it, right?
I know how to play. I do. Yeah, I'm not going to be one of those people where you're like, damn, I don't want to be at this table. So
If you get dealt a 12 and they're both 6s, do you split those 6s?
oh, hell no.
Yeah.
It's just Cheryl Bosa, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
just filled with correct answers
It's just
here.
a blackjack clinic on 95.7
man.
The Game.
You're not going to catch me with the wrong answer on blackjack.
Oh,
Love it.
Cheryl, I would imagine with Joey playing in the division, maybe you have, but have you been to that stadium before?
This is my first time. I'm so excited.
Oh, it's nice. It's really nice. Do you have like a suite, I would imagine, or what's the deal here?
Did you see how much those sweets cost?
Yes, I did.
Okay, the answer is no.
Okay, I was I know what they cost, but you're also a Bosa, so I figured,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah, but
maybe.
Bosa.
Come on. I mean, that's over the top.
Okay, so are you just...
I think that's the only thing, about the Super Bowl that really bothers me, is that, fans can never afford to go to the Super Bowl. It's just so outrageously expensive, and I think that's unfortunate. I really do.
I agree. It's very corporate. So then are you just in regular seats, or what? Are you doing a watch party at the hotel?
We're in the player seats,
the
players,
seats.
and that's another thing people don't realize is the kids that are in the Super Bowl only get 2 tickets, and the rest you have to pay for, and you have to pay a lot for them. So, yeah, we only get 2 tickets, and obviously it'll be, me and Nick's dad and then, a few other people. And it's really ridiculously expensive.
So Joey's off to the nosebleeds then. That's how that goes.
Oh, no, Joey will be with us.
Joey's going to find his way
Joey's
in.
going to make his way in.
All right. So, Cheryl, what is Nick? Has he shared anything with you about the last experience against the Chiefs and, what he might do differently?
No, nothing. I mean, he hasn't talked to me about, football that way or anything. But, I mean, it was what I can tell you is that when they was leaving for the hotel the other night, right before, on Saturday afternoon when he was heading to the hotel, I asked him, who do you want to win the AFC tomorrow? And he said the Chiefs because he wanted to get at them again.
Oh,
really
wow.
wants redemption. Yeah.
That's that question that no athlete ever answers when a media member asks. So I'm really glad you just shared that with us.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Well, it's already happened, so it's actually a great, good share. And, any young man will tell his mother the truth, and so we appreciate you telling us this after the fact.
Yeah. He wants redemption, He wants redemption for 2020. So.
Do you know what I just found out? The guys just whispered in my ear, and I wonder if you or Nick knows this. Do you know that the head official for this game is going to be the same one that it was 4 years ago?
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Nick got held, right?
Oh, yeah.
Constantly.
There was a couple really bad calls in that game. Yeah.
Same guy.
I shouldn't say this out loud. I don't want it to get back to him.
No, I actually said it earlier that the Chiefs held Nick more than you did when he was a baby. Thank you, Cheryl. Happy birthday.
All right, Cheryl, happy birthday. Thank you for spending some of it with us. That's incredible. So now, like nothing tonight? What, they're going to watch a show and go to bed or something?
That is exactly correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
what are you going to watch?
What are you watching?
What are you
Cheryl?
watching?
Yeah. I don't know.
Highlights of the Super Bowl 4 years ago?
No, that'll give me anxiety.
Yeah,
I won't be able to sleep.
Maybe it's the Brock Purdy story from rags to soon to be riches.
30 for 30, Brock Purdy.
That would be good.
30 for Purdy. So good.
Exactly, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Great to have you again.
You guys too. Take care and go Niners.
Yeah,
Niners.
Cheryl.
There it is.
Happy birthday.
Cheryl Bosa.
On our birthday, kid.
Nothing but come on this show and hit bombs.
I mean,
that's it.
Seriously.